let me get right into this. If you are a Spider-Man fan like myself, if you was a kid like me who was just running around in your room pretending to swing from from wall to wall, if you was one of those who just dreamed about having these powers, you definitely have to play Spider-Man Far From Home for the PlayStation VR, and I think that it's also available for the Oculus Rift or any other VR device. I don't think it's out for the Oculus Go or the Oculus Quest, but I had this very short demo. That's the only thing I cannot stand about Spider-Man Far From Home is that it's short. I have to come out with the cons. It's short. It's mega short. Too short. Reminds me of Tomb Raider that came out for the Oculus Go. When I played that, it was about 10 minutes. It was basically a game about escaping from the terrorists. That's it. It's about 10 minutes long, and then it takes you straight into the Tomb Raider trailer, which is unfortunate. Spider-Man Far From Home, to me, it's nothing more than, in the eyes of the developers, it was just nothing more than a tool to get people interested in watching Spider-Man Far From Home. In my case, Spider-Man Far From Home VR is a dream come true for Spider-Man fans. Let me explain. When you first play the game, when you first turn it on, you are in this virtual reality room, which is supposed to be Peter Parker's room. And then you will be able to put on the suit. You will literally can grab the mask and then put it on your face. And then the game will take you to this roof overlooking Manhattan. And no, before I get to that part, let me rewind it. Rewind the clock. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. The game puts you through this very short tutorial. It shows you how to spin a web, like attack, spin webs, and then it will teach you on. I didn't speak right, Jose. It will teach you on how to create web traps by combining both the move sticks. I'm playing it on the PS4 Pro PSVR. So with the sticks, when you bring them together, it creates this web trap that will trap the enemy, whatever. So after that, it shows you how to swing. And at first, I couldn't get it until I began to get it, if that makes any sense, when I started to become a little bit familiar with the controls. And then right after that, it takes you straight to the top of this roof. And then from there, you have to jump off, and then you start swinging. And when you start swinging, that right there was the star of the show for me. I felt like I was Spider-Man, swinging from building to building. And then you're able to, as you swing, if you hold it long enough, you can actually see your legs as Spider-Man kick into the air, which is so awesome. And then right after that, I didn't realize that I was in the middle of a very tiny, short campaign. Suddenly, this huge robot appeared on the scene, and the objective is to stop the robot. So I said to myself, all right, cool, no problem. So I started shooting webs at it. I was aiming towards its weak spots, and then the robot was able to release these small little robots, these little drones, and they were attacking you. And what's so cool is that when you're Spider-Man, so you're able to just swing around the robot, swing on top of the robot, and then if the robot is attacking you, you could just hide behind buildings and then run up the building and then jump off the building and then attack him from different directions. the you are your own limitation, meaning that you can easily hold yourself back from experiencing, the how should I put it? Your own limitation in your head will prevent you from becoming Spider-Man in the game. Because as soon as you decide to just break these walls of limitation in your head so that you can just actually swing from here to there and then attack the robot from different directions, that is when the game will become more than just an enjoyable experience, but you will get to be like Spider-Man. That's what I'm trying to spit into this video. It is awesome. And if, like I said in the beginning of this video, if you are a Spider-Man fan, you're going to fall in love with this. But keep in mind that as soon as you defeat the robot, the game, that mode is over. However, when you go back into the menu, you're going to run into this option, which will allow you to just explore the city. And when you explore the city, uh, you could collect some kind of items, like when you put the sticks together, it's allowing you to sense the area, the whole city, and then you will see these collectibles appear in different areas of the city, within the map, and you can swing to those locations and then collect those items, which is something I haven't done yet. I collected one item, but at least I'm so glad that they allowed you to just explore the city right after completing that short story mode. So yes, all I can say is if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're gonna love it. I know many of you played Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, and I know that experience made you feel like Spider-Man. And I played that game, and that game is pretty awesome. I haven't finished it yet. It's still collecting dust in my digital backlog. But if you want to feel like Spider-Man, if you want to, it's I feel like a kid right now talking the way I'm talking right now. It's a dream come true. I always wanted to have those powers. Batman is still my personal favorite comic book hero, but before I got into Batman, Spider-Man was always my favorite. You know, he was always my childhood favorite, and he's still my childhood favorite until later on when I became an adult. I not decided, but I related to Bruce Wayne more due to his loss and stuff like that. But if you ask me, hey, Preacher Man, out of all the comic book superheroes within the comic book world, if you could only select one hero, and what? Wow, I'm like a kid. I'm speechless. If you could only select one hero from the comic book world, which one will it be, and why? And without hesitation, it would be Spider-Man, because I always wanted to have the ability to just swing from different areas and to stick to any surface, and to have super strength like him. I never really wanted to be like a Superman or an Incredible Hulk. Something about Spider-Man. He's just well balanced. He's not too strong. He's not too weak. He's, his agility and all that. So that's all I can say, guys. Spider-Man Far From Home for the PlayStation VR. I believe it's available on other headsets, other VR headsets. Check it out. This is the Preacher Man signing out. May the Lord Yeshua, Mashiach, bless you all and your loved ones. And in Yeshua's holy name, I say, Amen. Peace.